Our 50 states in 50 days rolls on at start number 36 in the volunteer state, the good old state of Tennessee. You can get the perfect mix of country charm, cool music, and barbecue that'll make your taste buds sing. From the Smoky Mountains to Nashville's music scene and nightlife, it's got it all. And who better to tell you than our own Ryan McGee?
Tennessee has always been 3 states for the price of 1. But that's what has always made this place so unique. A tale told in 3 parts: West, Middle, and East. Anchored by Memphis, Nashville, and Knoxville. The banks of the Mississippi reverberate with the blues. R&B, Sun Studios, Stax Records, where the king of rock and roll kicked back at Liberty Stadium, where Penny Hardaway led and still leads those Tigers on the court, where Ja Morant makes the Grizzlies growl. On the banks of the Cumberland River, the titans of country music tighten up their guitar strings on Friday night, while everyone in Nashville tightens up on Sunday and anchors down with Diego Pavia on Saturday.
50 fans, have your moment.
The banks of the Tennessee River aren't banks at all. They are mountains. The Chattanooga Lookouts are named after a mountain. Bristol Motor Speedway, Thunder Valley, USA, is carved into the mountains. And in between is the most famous mountain in college sports, good old Rocky Top. From Beale Street to Broadway to Neyland Drive. From Wilma Rudolph and Pat Summit to Reggie White and Todd Helton to a miracle in the Music City.
There are no flags on the field. It's a miracle.
3 stars on the state flag. 3 states in 1. Welcome to Tennessee.
Ryan McGee and Marty Smith will join SportsCenter later on from Bristol Motor Speedway, which has been transformed to a baseball field for tonight's MLB Speedway Classic between the Braves and Reds on Fox. The game will break the MLB single attendance record with over 85,000 tickets sold.
SportsCenter's 50 States in 50 Days rolls into Tennessee today and Bristol Motor Speedway, the site of tonight's MLB Speedway Classic between the Braves and Reds on Fox. Who knew you could play a baseball game on a racetrack? But here's how it all came together. Marty Smith and Ryan McGee have a front row seat and join us now. Fellas, start your engines and let's play ball.
Yeah, I mean, listen, how many races do you think we've covered here between the two of us?
100?
Yeah, at least, right?
Like that.
And so it's such a trippy experience for us. And it was like this when we were at the Battle at Bristol in 2016. But to come in through the Turn 3 tunnel like we have a million times to cover NASCAR events and to see a Major League ballpark sitting there, it's an out-of-body experience.
Definitely a unique sensory experience. You guys can see there. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. And the work that had to be done in order to fit the baseball stadium inside the racetrack is extensive beyond comprehension. They had to remove 300 feet of the pit wall down here behind us on the front straightaway. They had to remove half of the Goodyear tire building. They took out all of the lighting down there in turns 1 and 2 in order to fit the power alley in right field. They also brought in 17,500 tons of gravel. That's
a lot.
That's a lot. 480 or something truckloads.
It's like 500 truckloads.
A lot of truckloads.
And what's crazy is I love the story. You know, I'm a minor league baseball guy, right? So there's 4 minor league baseball teams like in this immediate area. You know, Johnson City, Kingsport, Bristol, Elizabethton, and the Appalachian League. Appalachian League?
Appalachian. Well stated.
All right, so
easy for you to say.
Major League Baseball executives came down here a few years ago because MLB now runs minor league baseball. And they came in to tell the Appalachian League, listen, we're going to change some things. You're going to be a collegiate league now. And they all said, hey, can we go see the racetrack? We've never seen it. And so a guy who was the manager of the Johnson City team, now the Doughboys, brought him over, also happened to work at the racetrack. And when he got in here, he said, hey, you know, we could fit a ball field in this infield. And Major League Baseball was like, well, we're kind of looking for places to play these summer games like Rickwood and like, you know, Iowa and like at Fort Bragg. And so that's how it happened. And it is, so now, you know, 5 years later, we got a ballpark.
And it's the perfect place, guys, because I got on the Google machine, and Atlanta, Georgia is 520 24 miles from Bristol Motor Speedway, and Cincinnati, Ohio is 518 miles from Bristol Motor Speedway. So it is the perfect center point for these two awesome fan bases to come down. It's going to be the largest crowd in the history of Major League Baseball, probably north of 90,000, and that record goes all the way back to 1954 in Cleveland when the Yankees and the Indians played each other.
Hey, and all right, so I mentioned 2016, right? We were here for the battle at Bristol when they put a biggest crowd in the history of college football. It's never going to be topped, over 150,000 people. Virginia Tech and Tennessee played here. So we were here for that, and you think it wasn't that long ago, and you realize it was almost a decade. And so we were standing on the hill. There we are. I mean, almost where we are now, and I don't have a beard, and your beard is very red.
Yeah, we got old. Right over here in the campground, we were standing outside, and this old boy, there was all these RVs everywhere. And this old boy in the middle of a live shot, he opens up the door of his RV, and he walks out, and he's in nothing but his tighty-whities.
Yeah, and he was itchy.
And all he did, yeah, he was very itchy.
He was itchy.
He kind of did some scratching.
Yeah.
And he just looked at us and hollered, "Go Vols!"
Yeah.
And he walked right back in the RV.
I'm pretty sure I went to college with that guy. Yeah, I think we might have gone to Tennessee
I think
together.
he'd been overserved the previous night. He looked like it.
Yeah, a little bit. But, yeah, thankfully he went back into the RV, and we did television without him
Looked
being
like
a part
Teen
of it.
Wolf rolling out there in his tighty-whities.
Yeah,
it was an unfortunate sight.
A little NC-17 for 8:30 a.m. in the morning. So, yeah, there'll probably be some of that after the game tonight because the campgrounds are filling up. But, yeah, baseball, racetrack, what else could you want, America?
Yeah, it's going to be a great time, and I can't wait to see the players get out here, see it for the first time. It's going to be a wonderful experience. And y'all know there's a little side action going on for who hits the first bomb at the Speedway Classic.
"50 States in 50 Days" is in Tennessee. I like Tennessee. Yeah. Braves and Reds descending on Bristol Motor Speedway for the Speedway Classic.
The crown jewel of the stock car circuit adds a diamond. But in order to look forward, sometimes you need to look back. Hey, Marty and McGee, check those mirrors.
All right, McGee, we're standing here in turn 4, Bristol Motor Speedway, at the entrance to Pit Road, which is right there. Back in 2002, it got a little dicey.
Yeah, Marty and I are both standing there waiting to interview Greg Biffle, and Greg Biffle had like a months-long feud with Kevin Harvick, the man they call Happy, ironically, and Happy jumped off the roof of the car onto Greg Biffle's head, and they had to be separated.
Sat there and waited on him to finish the race on top of the pit wall like this, all angry, ticked off, ready to prove something.
Yeah.
His words, not mine.
Yeah.
And then you're right. I mean, he jumped over Biffle's car, and he got him like this right here, all up under the collar, and they yelled at each other, all up in each other's face too close. No spatial awareness.
No.
And then some jackman grabbed Harvick and jerked him out.
Yeah, and fittingly, that took place right in front of where the umpires and the replay reviews will happen, all right there in that tent for this ballgame. All right, also, same spot, 1995, Rusty Wallace bounced a water bottle off the nose of Dale Earnhardt, and that was not the most infamous moment in that race, and that's where we're going now, down the front stretch.
Down here. Home plate is right behind us.
Right
the
there.
Atlanta Braves dugout is right there.
Right there.
The Reds will sit right over there somewhere.
Yeah, and the fans will come to the infield seats through this tunnel right here, which in 1995, race fans got to see right here at the start-finish line, in my opinion, one of the greatest moments in NASCAR history between three Hall of Famers. We talked about Rusty Wallace and Dale Earnhardt. How about Iron Man Terry Labonte?
Yeah, the Iceman coming off of turn 4 over here. He's battling Dale Earnhardt. Ultimately, Earnhardt spins him around. Terry wins the race wrecking backwards. And that was just part 1.
Yeah.
Part 2 came in 99.
Yeah.
Dale wrecked him in turn 2 over there.
Yeah.
One of the most famous lines in the history of sports. I didn't mean to wreck him. I just meant to rattle his cage.
Hey, and speaking of people that love to rattle cages, how about Tony Stewart? And we're going to walk down to turn 1, and we love arms in baseball, right? How about Tony Stewart's arm? We're going to talk about it.
All right, now we're in turn 1 here at Bristol Motor Speedway, typically the exit of Pit Road.
Right.
But in order to make the power alley fit for the Speedway Classic, they had to remove 300 feet of Pit Road, the Sunoco sign, all the lighting, and half the Goodyear building.
That's nuts. All right, we're talking about the pit wall, right? 2012, we love strong arms in baseball. Tony Stewart used both his arms right there, Marty, Tony would get very angry a lot, and he was very angry that day and decided to wing his helmet using both hands.
Tony's a lefty. He went double axe handle from the left side, and my favorite part was he started walking up the racetrack to the people and did one of these, and they went crazy.
Yeah.
160,000 hillbillies losing their minds.
Hey, and how great was the toss? It was so great. It is memorialized, son, right over there, over our shoulders. 2012 Tony helmet throw.
Way to go, Smoke.
50 states in 50 days heads to Tennessee, and Major League Baseball's heading to Bristol. Braves and Reds playing tonight in the Speedway Classic at the famed track. Marty McGee on location with the man who has an all-time moment at Bristol Motor Speedway. From our Bristol to yours, we head to the track with more from the boys. Guys, what's up?
Go!
Okay, here we are at Bristol Motor Speedway. We have covered so many NASCAR events here. We've covered a college football game here. I covered dirt racing here, and now we're covering a baseball game, son.
Yeah, 100. We've probably done 100 races here combined. And you guys, it's incredible that they were able to put a baseball field inside Bristol Motor Speedway. In order to make that happen, they brought in 17,500 tons of gravel. That's 840 dump truck loads of gravel. They had to remove 300 feet of the pit wall, take down half of the Goodyear tire building, and remove all of the lighting down in turns 1 and 2 in order to make this happen and get the power alley right in right field. Absolutely incredible. As you guys saw earlier in the show, McGee and I kind of took you guys around to some of the iconic moments here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Another iconic moment happened with this gentleman right here. Michael Waltrip from Fox Sports, two-time Daytona 500 champion. Great to see you, brother. What happened to you right here?
Well, I got squeezed up into the outside wall. That wasn't a wall at the time. There was a crossover gate right here where we're standing, and the gate butted up against concrete, and my dumb butt hit the gate and the concrete at the same time. And the car, as DW said in an interview that day, the car just disintegrated. Yeah, it disintegrated.
We make up words on Marty McGee all the time.
Don't worry about it. But the most amazing part about that is that, you know, a lot of times we'll ask race car drivers, what do you remember about whatever crash? And they don't remember it. You remember the whole thing, don't you?
I do. I vividly remember sitting in the seat of my race car, and it didn't concern me the fact that my feet were on the track. My bottom of my car was gone, but I didn't realize I'd been in this crazy crash. And so the doctors took me to the infield care center, you know, and they're all looking at me. They got IVs in me. There's got to be something wrong with this guy. And one of my favorite memories of that day is while I'm sitting there on the table, some of my buddies were in there, you know, saying, "Are you all right?" Dale Earnhardt walked in. And Dale looked at me and he shook his head. He said, "You're one tough sumbitch, I'll tell you that." And just turned around and walked out. And I told my buddies, I said, "Y'all hear that? Dale thinks I'm tough." I'll take that here today.
I will say, in all honesty though, when you tell that story, I can even see the emotion in your eyes right now because Dale meant so much to you. How do you describe his influence in your journey?
It's just interesting because I came to North Carolina as Daryl's little brother. And, you know, Dale was the intimidator, the toughest guy in the sport. And we became buddies. I think he realized that I'd made it to NASCAR without a lot of help from my big brother. And he respected the fact that I'd done that and even put me in his Busch cars in the 80s. I raced for him a couple of times. And he always told me, you'd win if you drove one of my cars. And we were able to do that.
You sure did, buddy.
Yeah,
Two big ones.
And you, Dale Earnhardt was a huge Atlanta Braves fan.
Yeah.
And you are an Atlanta Braves fan. You kind of grew up in the Cincinnati Reds area. So, all right, so what do you think about this ballpark and the fact that it's these two teams in this game on Saturday night?
Well, I just love the Bristol Motor Speedway. So many iconic moments, as you mentioned earlier, about our sport. And now this is another one. This is another chapter in the book of Bristol Motor Speedway. Marcus Smith is a genius. I love Speedway Motorsports and everything they do. This field, this vibe, this aura, I'm only here because I want to feel it. I want to see it. I want to be a part of it. But growing up in Owensboro, Kentucky, I was a Reds fan at first. And then when TBS started happening and I could see the Braves play every afternoon, I became a huge Braves fan. And throughout the first pitch at a couple of Braves games, big fan of Chipper Jones and all the guys, and just enjoy the team.
Michael, we were asked earlier who we think benefits more from this event. This is an event, Major League Baseball or NASCAR. And I feel like it's huge for NASCAR because fans, other sports fans from across the country will be tuning into this, and they'll see our facilities. They'll see what NASCAR has to offer. What impact do you think this has on NASCAR?
I think it's huge for NASCAR, and I think this is crazy too, guys. This is a short track, right? Bristol Motor Speedway, one of the tightest, shortest tracks in all of NASCAR. Hell, we could put another baseball diamond in here.
Right.
Just tells you how massive the facility is and how much fun it's going to be tonight to see 85, 90,000 fans just cheering on their favorite team. I'm here for the event. I think it's going to be amazing.
There you go. The man, and won here twice in the Busch Series, one legendary win, and the most legendary crash of all time. Happened right there, but the good news is he's right here. Michael Waltrip, y'all.
50 states in 50 days is in Tennessee at Bristol Motor Speedway. That's where we find our Marty and McGee getting ready for a baseball game. Guys, y'all ain't playing in the game, are you?
Are we playing?
I mean, I'd love to.
If we're playing, I need to
I'm
warm
Uncle
up.
Rico, man.
Yeah, we
There's
need
a
to
ball, I'm
warm
ready.
up, Jay Harris, if that's the case. We got free jerseys, and we stole a baseball. So
The thing that's cool about these jerseys, though, is one of the initiatives that Major League Baseball had in this venture is to really embrace NASCAR culture. And one of the things they did was make the jersey numbers for the players. They fashioned them after NASCAR race car numbers. And so they look so cool. We're going to take these home. Unfortunately, this guy's not playing tonight.
Yeah.
As Braves fans, we kind of wish he were. But obviously now we're inside the field here. One of the things that a lot of people had questions about when this thing started was Colossus. That is the 4-story massive scoreboard here at Bristol Motor Speedway that is actually suspended over the very middle of the infield. So we all wondered, okay, where's that going to live? It is in foul territory. I guarantee you there'll be some foul balls hit off of that thing tonight.
No, somebody's definitely going to the Jerry Dome.
Toss it around a little bit.
That was Jerry Dome. Jerry Dome's like, nobody's going to hit that with a kick. And they immediately hit it with a kick. But yeah, the logistics of this thing are crazy. All right, Jay Harris, I just learned this. So I'm a baseball historian. I just learned from a friend in town that the New York Giants, led by old Coach McGraw back in the day, and Babe Ruth's New York Yankees played a couple of exhibition games here in Bristol, Tennessee in 1922 when they were barnstorming back to New York. How about that?
That's cool.
Yeah, there you go. I like to nerd out.
They had to do so much to get this place ready to host Major League Baseball. They had to take out 300 feet of the pit wall right over here in order to do it. They had to tear down half of the Goodyear tire building right over here. They had to take out all of the lighting. They brought in 17,500 tons of gravel. That's 840 dump truck loads, just in case you're counting. And so they did such a beautiful job. The facility is amazing. It's going to be a great show tonight. I can't wait to see it, Bubba.
Michael Waltrip wrecked, and over there is where Del Earnhardt bounced the water bottle off the left wall of his head. So, race cars, baseball, throw and catch, America.
I'm just hoping they let me take BP, Jay.
I hope so too. And hope we get Ryan's mic fixed.
Well, the Reds have arrived for the Speedway Classic, facing the Braves today at Bristol Motor Speedway. A unique event with an all-timer involved. Cincinnati manager Terry Francona and Tito joined Marty Smith moments ago at the track turned diamond.
Just 13 managers in Major League Baseball history have at least 2,000 victories. This is one of them, Terry Francona, Cincinnati Reds manager. Obviously, you know a thing or two about history. Got a couple rings. You're going to be part of history tonight. Largest crowd in Major League Baseball history. For you, what is this type of event like?
I'll tell you afterwards, all right? If we win, it'd be really good. But also, I mean, if it's good for baseball, then we need to do it with a smile. And I think our guys will be really good about it. I know MLB does a really good job of making sure the facility's ready and things like that. So hopefully we can have a little fun, maybe win a game, and have a ton of people come watch baseball.
You guys in the middle of a playoff push right now. Even for good teams, August can get a little bit monotonous. How might a special event like this invigorate you guys for a playoff run?
Well, this is definitely not the regular. You know, we woke up this morning, got on a flight. brought all the families, which is a good thing. We'll fly to Chicago tonight. We're off tomorrow. It'll be fine. We'll have fun.
Chase Burns on the hill tonight. What have you seen from that young man in his evolution in the last couple months as a major league pitcher?
Well, he's kind of beyond his years, maturity-wise, and he knows what he's doing. The future is so bright, but the present isn't so bad either.
Good to have that kind of arm in your arsenal.
And along with having a head like that, put the two together and it gets pretty special.
Have a blast tonight. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
Great stuff, Marty. Hey, they scheduled this thing almost a year ago. Worked out kind of nicely. It's a game of consequence. The Reds enter today against the Braves, 3.5 games back of the Padres for the final wild card spot in the NL. Since he's made the playoffs just one time over the last 11 seasons, that was in 2020, funky playoff format when they fell to Atlanta in the wild card round.